It's Pride Month, a movement of celebration of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender pride. A movement that was all about acceptance, freedom, love, to live their life in peace without discrimination, and equal rights just like heterosexuals. A movement that achieved all of its goals in such a short period of time, something that marginalized communities were not able to do. So what happens when you're no longer a marginalized group and the goalpost has already been moved? You got to perpetuate the struggle, and to do that, you got to establish a group within a group that can be a new marginalized group.
And that's why they repress us as trans and gender variant people, because they've done this violence to themselves first.
And if you belong to that group but your ideology doesn't fit the current new movement, you are formally kicked out and shunned like a character from Handmaid's Tale. So what used to be this,
Hold this down for posterity.
That's right.
Right.
now has turned into this.
Be leaders and to step up and get involved.
Time of the year, as you see right now, as representing this entire region.
And boy, are the Republicans upset.
Here we go. This is from the LA Pride Parade, for those who cannot see. This is a gay man in assless chaps and bondage gear.
Now we're stuck in another culture war like the Biggie versus Tupac beef wasn't enough. Nope, we now got the marginalized trans and gay community advocating and fighting for the rights of children, the rights to transition to a different gender and to promote homosexuality. This is the world we live in now. Kids can grow up playing with Transformers and then decide at a young age that they want to be a Transformer. That's right, kids can't get a job until 15, and even then it's part-time only. Children can't have sex, they can't have tattoos, they can't carry a weapon, they can't drink alcohol, they can't drive until 16, and even then they need to go through classes to get educated and then take a test to get their permit. They can't even go to rated R movies without adult supervision, and they can't even buy parental advisory music albums. Is that still a thing? I'm kind of showing my age here. The point being is that there are a small group of people with a lot of power that are pushing an agenda to sexualize, transition, and convince children to be attracted to the same sex. And this group expects society to be okay with it because it's packaged as mental health crisis that will cause death.
I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
You see, PSYOPs can be best described as government propaganda on foreign countries to effectively lower the morale and combat efficiency of their adversaries. It's a tactic that benefited many wars dating back centuries. Information is power, and if you control the information, you control the people. Now, what happens if you use those same tactics on your own people? So here we are now using films, TV, celebrities, magazines, schools, and the government to push this new age LGBTQ+ movement, which isn't rooted in love and acceptance and understanding. Don't get it twisted, it's quite the opposite.
City, fuck you.
I think they're afraid that if they do anything to actually...
We're gonna dox us?
No interest in that. We are gonna have a real conversation.
Check it out.
Right beforehand, you said, sir.
Sir?
Get outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a sir.
This new age of LGBTQ movement is all about defining your individuality through your sexual orientation. Think about it. Why is it such a big deal in America to come out as gay or trans? Because coming out in America is saying, look at me, look at me. It's never look at me because I've accomplished something that takes effort or skills or patience. Because in America, mediocre people must be made to feel better than someone else by doing something very average or very meaningless. The LGBTQ+ has become all about a kink, and straight liberals need to be at the parades for clout because being a white heterosexual person, for example in the Bay Area of Cali or West Hollywood, is boring as fuck?
Straight people going to the Pride March this morning. Up and at 'em! Woo-hoo! I've got my wristband.
And if you don't join the movement, you are clearly a homophobe. Just like being a Bible-thumping street pastor yelling at the gay community about going to hell, and the only way for them to be saved is if they take a knee for Jesus instead of the D.
You go to hell. God doesn't want homosexuals in heaven. That's why he wants you to repent. God doesn't want lesbians in heaven. God doesn't want transgenders in heaven.
Now, of course, these are all the extremes, but the extremes are getting all of the attention. Look at Sam Smith, which I may add I'm a fan of, but he has been making headlines recently not through his amazing voice and his music, but instead over his doughy, unattractive body wearing nearly nothing and worshipping the devil. He isn't even original enough to do it better than Madonna did in the 90s. Think about that. It's like society decided to overcorrect on all the negative moments in America's society, but missed the target and landed 500 yards away.
I love inside jokes. Love to be a part of one someday.
The tables have turned on the 90+% of the heterosexuals in the world that are now required to dismiss factual truths such as the sperm that exits out of a biological male's penis and enters into the body of a biological woman through the vagina and then travels through the cervix and the womb to the fallopian tubes where the egg is usually fertilized and the woman gets pregnant. But forget all of that, which is now replaced with this new truth that men can get pregnant. Imagine how confusing this must be for the young minds of children. But don't worry, we are already pushing the sexual spectrum, eliminating biological facts, and pushing the celebration of sex on children in various ways. And if you are a parent, you should not have a say over your children.
No such thing as someone else's child. Our nation's children are all our children.
And if you put up a fight, you will be called a conservative, Trump-loving white supremacist, even if you are Hispanic, liberal, and or Armenian.
Breaking news, fights break out outside the Glendale School Board meeting as board members prepare to recognize June as Pride Month.
The only difference between a heterosexual person and a gay person is who they like to have sex with. And the only difference between a trans person and a non-trans person is how they feel. Do you agree with me? And if you do, comment below and let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm truly interested in what your opinion is. Even if you don't agree with me, comment below.
That's all you have to do!
It's pretty simple. In this privileged world we live in, if your goal is to get kids on board, you are a predator. Just like the predators that hide behind religion and the Bible to become pastors and priests so they can be around minor attractive persons. Yeah, MAP term is a real thing now. Remember, we're moving the goalpost here. Or the people with a badge that can misuse their authority. Or the military where disciplined killing machines can't control their testosterone. Or the worst of them all, corporations leeching off of the past struggles of the gay and trans community make a dollar knowing damn well most of them don't give a damn about you. Just like hiring minorities based off of their skin color and not their experience and skills to meet their quota to boost their ESG score. That's right, ESG investment offers an attractive way for the LGBTQ plus community to use their combined wealth to support corporations with strong diversity. I encourage you to see what's really going on with the gay and trans community and the rest of the world. It is outside of your little privilege in my feelings bubble by clicking right here. Or here. I keep forgetting. Somewhere here. And if you enjoy this type of satirical political commentary, think about subscribing. And if I turned you off by being a cis, heterosexual, biracial male that's part of the patriarchy that uses tools like gender roles to reinforce binary notions of gender and sexuality while promoting toxic masculinity, then all I have to say to you is